Hello, I'm Arianna Huffington, founder and CEO of Thrive Global, and I'm delighted to be here with Julie Loeger, Executive Vice President and President of US Cards at Discover. Julie and I met in Las Vegas in 2018. It seems like a very, very long time ago. And unlike what they say, what happened in Vegas did not stay in Vegas, because I'm delighted to say that Discover and Thrive Global launched a partnership, Thriving Wallet, to help all of us reframe our relationship with money so that we can be financially healthier and therefore improve our overall health and well-being. Because as you'll see, if you go to thriveglobal.com/thriving wallet, there is a real deep connection between our health and well-being and how we approach our finances. So let me start by asking you, how did Discover pivot to address the special problems that the pandemic has brought into our lives?
When this started happening with, the health side of it, it was all about employees and safety first. From the employee side of it, the other thing that's really starting to creep up, which I'm so thankful for our partnership, because we can leverage it with our employees as well, is just focusing on well-being of employees. I mean, just one day goes into the next, they're working and working and working in front of a screen. And, you have a lot of things going on in one's family as you're working from home and you're juggling kids or you're juggling whatever you're juggling. It can be very stressful. The second area of focus is obviously our customers. And we're really committed to offering products and services to our customers and servicing them and creating partnerships like the one you and I have to really help educate and support not only customers, but employees too. It's a win-win.
Well, actually, everything you said now is what we try to capture in Thriving Wallet. The connection between financial worries and physical and mental health, which has been so well documented, including by our Thrive Sciences team, because you and I are obsessed with making sure everything we offer is science-based. But also bringing together the storytelling element, like you telling us how your employees felt. I mean, this kind of brings us together, creates a narrative which can inspire others to take steps. How can people take small daily steps, both to improve the way they handle their money and how they can reframe their relationship with their finances, but also to improve their overall health? So tell us about this incredible program that you launched, Eat It Forward.
So last summer, we launched a program, as you said, Eat It Forward, and it's really to support Black-owned restaurant owners. And we're giving out $5 million. And you have to get nominated by people that have visited the restaurants, and the nominations then go into a drawing. And so far, we've given out awards, $25,000 to 87 different owners. And, we're ramping up to that 200, and we're really excited. And, it's just extremely motivating to be able to not only give the award out and to help the restaurant owner, but also to see how they're giving back to their community.
What's been the highlight of the campaign so far for you?
The highlight of the campaign for me is, really being able to give real dollars back to people that are in real need, and then just watching what they do with those dollars as it relates to community and giving back beyond just themselves. And I think it all comes down to people helping people. And to me, that's inspiring. That shows a level of brightness out there in a world that, is a little bit, a little bit off right now. So I just love to celebrate people helping people, and that's what this is about. And it's really exciting. And, I just love to be part of a business that has a mission and a purpose like Brighter Financial Future, and that has partners like you, Arianna, that make it all come to life in such an easy way, because it's based on authenticity and helping others. So to me, that keeps me motivated every day.
I love that about you, Julie, and I love the way you pivoted. For me, that's true leadership, to respond to completely unprecedented circumstances, a real crisis, in a way that is inspiring and, as you said, includes giving. And we know from all the science that giving also improves our own mental health, because it helps us be less anxious just about ourselves and expand our caring and concern to the whole community. So thank you so much for everything you're doing and for our partnership.
Arianna, thank you very much. As always, I enjoy my time with you, and I enjoy spreading the word with you as far as just having a healthy mindset. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Julie.
Hey, it's me, Tiffany, the Budgetnista, your favorite financial educator. Today, I am super excited because I'm speaking with Chef Ricky Moore. He is the owner of the Salt Box Seafood Joint located in North Carolina, and he is a winner of the Discover Eat It Forward program. If you know me, you know I'm a small business, and I love talking shop with other small business owners. And today I get to talk shop with Chef Ricky. Hey, Chef Ricky, how are you today?
Hello, how are you? How are you?
So, Chef Ricky, more than almost any other industry, the restaurant industry was hit particularly hard by this pandemic. I don't know how you've been able to not only keep your restaurant open, but thrive through it. How have you been able to do that?
I did not panic. What I knew was is that if there was other food operations or eateries that were open, I was going to stay open too. So I just made some adjustments. I don't have a big staff, so I was able to maintain my core staff, but I closed down the dining room. I shrunk the menu. I took away all the extra incidentals, and I had my staff do them, i.e. washing the windows, doing the laundry. We did all the little extra stuff that I had paid somebody to do.
So I see that it really is proactivity and transparency across the board. So I am the Budgetnista. It is a financial education services firm, and I teach especially women how to manage their money, but not just that. I'm really conscious, even especially during times like this, how as a small business, I manage my finances. So I've created this theory, something called a noodle budget. And so you guys are restaurateurs, so we know oftentimes noodles are some of the least expensive type of food that you can get. Top ramen doesn't cost much, like 25% a pack. Is that what it's going for now, right? And so your noodle budget is it's what is the lowest amount of money that you can spend in order to maintain your life? Like if you had to drop down to get your noodle on, well, how much would that life cost you? That is what your noodle budget is. So my question is, what does Chef Ricky, what does budgeting look like now for you as a business? You mentioned before that you had to cut back because your income wasn't quite the same, your profits weren't quite the same. So how did you adjust? What does your noodle budget look like now in the times we live in now as it relates to your business?
So Tiffany, some of the things that I did was obviously I took very humble ingredients, things like rice, potatoes, yuca, and I use these in like one pot stews and that sort of thing, and serve them in like family style. The things that I cut back is a lot of the shellfish and seafood that's pretty expensive. Okay. And I went down to the things that people know and love. That's what I did. I cut back on the more high-end fish and bring in some fish that was a little bit less, well, not a little bit less, but more value-centric, if you will.
Okay. And I know that you also took some things in-house, right? Like you said, maybe laundry and washing windows. Yes. And things like
that. Yeah. A lot of the incidentals that I paid people to do, we did it by ourselves. Like I said, we washed all the aprons, we washed all the towels. I took things home to get them all washed up. All the knives, I sharpened them all myself. Even the window washing, I had paid somebody to do the windows. Said, nope, we can't afford that. Mm-hmm. So, we got some squeegees, and that was one of my cashier's responsibilities. She got on the ladder, she got a squeegee, get all the tools she needed, and she took care of that for us. So those are the things, or the things that I really needed to do to save money, so that we could sustain through all this.
One of the things I noticed as a small business owner is that my staff was really struggling, especially when the pandemic first hit. And we largely work remotely, but most of my staff are women and many of them are moms. And so I tried to figure out what can I do to help make them feel heard and to accommodate this new way of doing business. So what I did was I said, let's have these like transparent forums where everyone can kind of share what they're struggling with. And something that came out of that was that in September in New Jersey, where I am, most kids are going back to school, and the moms were really like, I don't know, how am I going to navigate with the kids going back to school from home, but then also working from home with you. And so in September, we said no meetings. That we have a behind the scenes messaging center that we use to connect with each other, but no meetings so they can adjust to the new school year. So that's something that I've done. What are some things that you've done with your staff? You mentioned some of it before, but to be accommodating for just kind of like the new way of doing business now, what does that look like for you?
Well, I would say the majority of my staff don't have school-age children. Okay, except one, and he's my number 2. And he's been with me for 5 years, and his child is special needs. So there was a situation where now not only is his child special needs, but now that's a new skill set even from a parenting standpoint, because they send them to school and they have all the resources and tools, and now the parent has to do all that. So what I did was I allowed my number 2, which he's been with me for a long time, so that was never an issue. And he's adjusted the schedule. Obviously, as business people, we still have to run the business, but I've made adjustments and accommodations, so whatever he needs to be in school to make sure that, he's getting the support that he needs, take the time off. No issues, no questions, no concerns. Anybody who needs any sort of support. Here's what I'll share with you, Tiffany, in the immediate. I have a employee whose father is, obviously, he's like 89 years old, and he's in that demographic where folks are not managing these senior citizen environments correctly. And she's been concerned. So her and her sister have been trading off, going to make sure he is cared for correctly. So that's one thing I've opened myself up to. I say, whenever you need to go do that, you and your sister coordinate it, by all means, we'll find a way, we'll plan. And everybody's very sensitive too, like nobody's gonna say, oh, chef, I gotta go now. No, they're gonna say, hey, chef, here's what's going on in my life. So we do have very informal meetings about, hey, how's everything going for you? How you feeling? You know what I mean? And they'll ask me, hey, chef, how you feeling? Man, that must be a huge burden trying to sustain a business through all this madness. I said, well, I'm doing okay as long as I know that you're doing okay. So
I love this. So basically, a little empathy goes a long way.
Huge. That is, for me, leadership and empathy go hand in hand.
I really want to congratulate you, Chef Ricky, for winning Discover's Eat It Forward program, $25,000. That is amazing.
So it is.
So what do you plan on doing with that money?
Well, Tiffany, first of all, I was like super excited. I don't win things like that, honestly. I have to earn everything I get, but it was an absolute blessing. For me, I received that as blessing so I can share with others. Look, realistic $25,000 in a restaurant business is a good amount of money to sustain for a minute. But, for me, I looked at it as, okay, these are 25,000 seeds. What can I do with them? Okay, where can I plant these? Because look, at some point I got some traction and I was able to move through this pretty nicely and get back to my standard revenue levels. So now I got this coming in. I'm saying, okay, first of all, reinvest. I have to take care of my people. Most importantly, for me, there's 3 pillars in business that need to be managed and taken care of. For me, it's the consumer, your employees, and the investor, okay, in that order. And for me, just making sure that I delivered on my brand promise, as I've always done, but also making sure my employees are taken care of. But also, for me, if there's anybody out there needs help, okay, particularly another colleague or another food business, you know, I'm more than willing to share. Okay, absolutely. You know, like I said, there's 25,000 seeds for me. That's how I plan to utilize that money.
I love that. And I live by the phrase that giving activates abundance. So I see
Absolutely.
that you live by that as well, that
Yes.
it truly does, you know, the more you give, and I love the visualization of planting seeds. I think people sometimes forget that you don't have to save your way to more, that you grow your way to more. You
More.
plant an acorn, and that acorn grows into an oak tree, then yields more acorns. So that's
Absolutely.
awesome.
And also wood for your barbecue.
Yeah. Yes, that's
See, I'm thinking on a whole other level.
I love that, Chef Ricky. Thank you so much. You have been a delight and a joy. And I love seafood. So if I ever find myself, and you said you're in North Carolina?
Yes, Durham, North Carolina. Yes.
If I ever find myself in Durham, North Carolina, I will be certain to visit your restaurant. It sounds delicious. Thank you.